Chilly greetings from the Gaming Grog, and welcome to my third Let's Play video with the game Her Story. And this is a kind of detective game, I think. Jesse Cox has talked fondly about it. He liked it very much. I bought it a couple of weeks ago at a sale. It caught my interest. And basically the game is about a woman who is at the police, and we are looking at her interview footage, and we are supposed to find out if she is guilty or not. So I guess that's it, and I think we shall start the game and see what happens. So let's begin. Okay, so we have a computer which we can use, I suppose. Ooh. And these are 4 video sessions. I'll guess we'll try to listen one of them. Let's see. 11 seconds. Okay, let's start the video.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay. Let's view the second one.
Yeah, that's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
I guess the murdered person is her spouse, maybe?
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
The plot thickens.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay. So what are we supposed to do next, I wonder? Instant file access. Okay. We have some readme. Can we look at them? Hey, here's the database. I filed a freedom information form to get your guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred videos of the original tapes in 1999, and the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. SB. Okay, we have another introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work now. The logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in our crime fighting toolkit. This database contains footage and transferred from the existing homicide serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interviewed participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, for example robbery, into the search field. Click search and the database will return all the clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words as robbery supermarket, robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can even be more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. As yes, I was there. To store a clip for later reference, click Add to Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags to your own to help future searches, please click in the User Tags box and type in the desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact our Department's Information Technology representative. Police Information Technology Organization. That was a long one. Okay, can we move this? Yes, we can. Southeast Constabulary. Now we have database check. Not sure what this one does. Maybe it's not for us to do. Rubbish bin. Can we find something here? Hack info. Mirror game. Alright. Hack info. Mirror game. Cyber Ghost Legend. Alright. So, I guess we are supposed to search for more footage. And can we type Simon? Yes, we can. Let's watch these footages as well.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things. Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And bought a photo instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
She seems a bit fidgety and nervous. Of course, he was murdered, but she doesn't seem especially grief-stricken. I don't know.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Henry. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks. Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, and Save the Princess, that kind of thing. Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay, so here he's missing and I don't know what happened. Can we search? Can we search for missing people? No.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Okay. That was a bit suspicious. What did she do in Glasgow? Did she meet someone? Can we get something from Glasgow? Yes, we can.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. Just had to sleep.
From... I'm not sure where in England she was. I don't remember if they've said anything, but if she was from London perhaps. And it was the South Constabulary. To drive to Glasgow when just driving, can you really do that on one without going to fill up the car with petrol or something? She had to stop somewhere to pause. And think. I'm not sure I can trust that statement, that she was just driving without any motive. Let's see what she has to say in the next.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Yes, I guess that mobile phones wasn't that common in '94, so a payphone would be accurate. She did go for petrol. She slept in her car.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Okay. If she was in Glasgow and got petrol, she must have a receipt or something to prove that she wasn't at the place where Simon was.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Well, it wasn't deserted entirely, as she woke up from the garbage truck. So I guess the garbage man could perhaps remember a woman sleeping in the car. I wonder where she did park. Just the side of the road?
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Okay, she can't say Glasgow was deserted, since a garbage truck passed her and she hit a taxi. I'm sure he must remember being hit, and especially if he got her to the hospital. He must remember that. And as she said, the hospital should have records which should eliminate her. But there has to be some kind of proof. Okay, maybe we can... Hospital. Yes.
Ask the hospital.
Okay, ask the hospital. Well, can she perhaps define which hospital? I'm sure there are more than one in Glasgow. Okay, let's check the last one.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
Did they? Did they speak to the hospital? Who is she trying to convince? I'm not sure. I wonder what we shall search for next. Oh, this is what I have searched for. Okay, that's great. Taxi, maybe?
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
Okay. We did find something new.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
What? What does she mean?
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Okay. I think I want to check this one again.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Of course she has to. It was supposed to be a secret. Did he cheat expenses and went with her to Oxford? On a romantic weekend? Then she lied about calling him in too? I have the feeling she is telling porkies. I think we shall search for secret. And there we are.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
She has secrets too. I'm going to pause here and be right back in a moment. Right, I'm back, and we will watch the last footage in this search.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. But we couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
All right. I think she lies about things. I'm not sure if they're relevant or not. Maybe that's not for her to decide. They were from Portsmouth, I think. Maybe we can... Portsmouth. I'm not sure about the... Okay. What to search for next? Simon Smith, maybe? No, just one. Hospital. We've watched that. Pregnant. Oh, there's more of them.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
All right.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. This morning sickness.
Wait a minute. I think I shall have to do some sort of timeline. How many months? Because she is interviewed over a couple of months, and does it show that she's pregnant? I think I will have to go back here and do... Well, we'll have to listen to these two first.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Okay. On her birthday, do we know? Do we have that information?
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
What? Did that really happen? Didn't Rapunzel throw down her hair and the prince climbed up to the tower and rescued her? Got pregnant? That seems like a more adult version of the Rapunzel. I think she's lying. But what is that? What has that picture to do with anything? God, I can't think. I'm so... frustrated. Clips stored in user session. Maybe we can store them in the chronological order. This is 25th of June, 27th, 27th, 27, and 27. So this goes first, add to session, and I guess we'll have to look at the clock. Almost 9. Almost 9. 9. Okay, so these are actually in chronological order, apparently. But I will add them anyway. Yes. I'm not sure why. Rapunzel? I have to... No, I'm spelling wrong. Rapunzel. I'm not sure of the spelling, but we do have more to look at. What has Rapunzel to do with anything?
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
But what has that picture to do with anything? It's a Grimm story, right? And the Grimm brothers were a bit... Their stories were much darker than the Disney version, that's for sure. And maybe that happened, what she told before. I'm not sure there.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
But wait, did she mess up, but that was her absolute favorite and her head was full with it? Do you really mess it up then? Really?
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Ah, is that where Rapunzel got in the picture? She does have a lot of excuses, explanations for everything, which is very suspicious. Let's hear what she has to say here.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Okay, so here she says they read the index of the pictures more than the stories. Then I can absolutely believe that she messed it up, but before she told us that she told us they were absolute obsessed of the stories as well. Then if you are obsessed, then you'll know your story and not mess it up. Why? I think she's lying about this, but why? What has it to do with anything? Curiouser and curiouser. Absolutely. I wonder what we shall search for next. Rapunzel. Can we do a search on birth? Perhaps her and the child's? If no. But where did Rapunzel... The doll? At the attic. Maybe we can search for the doll? Or hair? Hair, maybe. Yes, we have a couple of news. Oh my god, is she playing the guitar? When she's interviewed? Really? Okay, that's the thing.
What kind of hairs?
Oh, that was a really short one. Maybe we can look at the other ones as well.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven.
Okay, that's about him. Maybe here.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. But she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Well, since I'm not sure at original Rapunzel, I haven't read it for, oh my god, 20 years? More? 25 years perhaps? And I'm not sure I've read the original one. But if we assume this is the correct story, since, as she also said, the Grimm stories are dark and I think she knew the story. If this is the true story of Rapunzel, what did she mess up? She excused herself before about messing up the story.
What kind of hairs?